Many Angel Kabonu, ono ene titreni Emma NAGRAT. Angel, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Captain.
Let's say. Okay. Pacho.
Captain.
Yes, sir.
What do I home at Super Union Hall?
Are they?
You always organize program bring people who would speak run down the Super Union.
I am not sure you've taken the time to listen to me when I started broadcasting.
I did.
Okay. Number 2.
I did.
If there's anybody in this country who speaks for teachers, I will be second to none.
I know, but I'm talking
Number 3, I have granted you the opportunity, space, and time on several of the platforms I've worked on, gave you the platform to speak for NAGRAT. You did not accuse me.
It did not.
Number four. Quite shortly, when you came out with a long write-up, quite shortly when
is to run down Super Union.
No, quite shortly when you came out with a very long write-up about so many things, directors who are not promoted, people's promotion and everything, I interviewed you, gave you enough time to speak to those issues.
It so does not knowledge.
No, you let me finish. It was the same teacher unions that you were talking about. Anytime you talk about a teacher, you are talking about teacher unions.
It so does not nullify the point that I have made.
Those here are also teachers. They belong to you. They don't belong to us.
I doubt whether they believe in the sanctity of their profession.
Anyway, that will be your word against theirs. I am not a teacher.
Well,
and I don't aspire to be one day.
Can I make my contribution?
Yes.
Let me speak and do a clarification on the issue of the director's enhancement of their condition.
I take exception to his preliminary statement.
Can I go on?
Yes, go ahead.
District directors of education, regional directors of education are supposed to be part of category 4 office holders on the single fine. Since the single fine was implemented, our regional directors and district directors were not put on category 4. We had struggled over the period, and by the grace of God, as we speak currently, our district directors and our regional directors are enjoying category 4 salary, allowance, and all the specs. That is what my sister Abigail was trying to tell you. Now you ask the question that what have the 17 previous director generals done for the Ghanaian teacher? Let me also ask, what have all the heads of state from Kwame Nkrumah to Akufo-Addo, what have they done to change our wherewithal as the people of this country?
So therefore, if I'm to answer this your question, the value is the same. So allow whoever to work.
I am establishing a correlation in your question.
No, but you cannot establish. You are a teacher. I mean, you use analogies and all that to teach. You cannot establish a correlation without having an end result of both, either negative or positive.
But when I have started establishing my correlation and I have not concluded.
You asked the question.
You see, Capt Smart.
Yes, you asked the question.
If you have called me for us to see who is capable of arguing, we will not arrive at any point.
No, but when you ask a question, it requires an answer.
Explain the situation to you.
Okay.
Then allow me to speak.
But when you ask me a question, I'll answer anyway. Please go ahead.
But you are the host of the program.
Then don't ask me a question. Then don't ask me a question.
I will.
It's good. So when you ask me a question, you require an answer.
Can I proceed?
Now proceed, because I've answered you. Please proceed. Please proceed.
All right. What we are doing is to create the reality to the Ghanaian teacher that he can rise from the lowest end to the highest position in education. After all, how many people can be director general? One. But if one of our own can rise to be a director general, we have enhanced the image, raised the lower disrespect that society is giving us. The impression that we don't have no anything is to pretend. And you see, I feel sick when I hear a question asked by a teacher that when one of our own was deciding over us, what did we get? Therefore, an outsider will give us better than one of our own. What type of teacher is that type of person? What is his end thought as a professional? To what extent does he believe in his professionalism as a person? Does that mean that we will continue to be viewers of wood and drawers of water, and that it is outsiders who have to come and preside over us and change our way without? If there are challenges and people are not solving the challenges, is it not our job as teachers to do what we have to do to ensure that our own does what is right? Will you say that tomorrow, when somebody also comes up with a policy that all regional directors don't need to be pass-through teachers, and that administrators and managers can be regional directors, then another time it comes to the district. As we speak, there are some people who hold the view that school heads are not necessarily supposed to be teachers, but they should be administrators and managers.
Can I ask a question? Because I wanted it to be a conversation, but you want it to be an interview, so no problem.
No, we can have a conversation.
Very good. Okay. Once a teacher, always a teacher. What does that mean?
It means that the principle of teaching, the spirit of teaching, does not leave the teacher ever.
Okay. All right. Thank you for this answer. So, for the purposes of this conversation, what is the meaning of the phrase "one of our own"?
Captain.
Yes, sir.
There are people in the media space who have never done journalism as a course. They are exonerating themselves creditably within the space of journalism. Can we call them journalists?
And you said that they are doing well in the industry.
Yes, they are doing very well. But can we call them journalists?
Yes, they are.
There are people who can explain law to you and explain it more than people who have gone to law school. Can we call them lawyers?
No, these are two different scenarios. Let's say you said they are practicing and doing well in the industry. But you said people who can explain the law, who are not practicing. Yes, sir.
Captain,
yes, sir.
I who is talking to you, I don't know whether you know, I am a very good musician. There is no instrument that I cannot play.
So you are a musician?
No, I'm not.
You are?
I'm not.
Mr. Angel Kabonu, the definition of a musician is somebody who can play any musical instrument. I am a musician, I play the drums.
Okay, let me move on.
Okay, so you said that. No, I asked a question. You were trying to use scenarios to answer. What is the meaning of one of our own?
Captain.
Yes, sir.
As we speak. Captain, which secondary school did you go?
The best secondary school in Ghana, Palm Secondary School.
I'll contest you later on that aspect. When you go to a Palm Secondary School,
yes.
If you don't have professional education, you cannot be a form master. If you don't have professional education, you cannot be a head of department. If you don't have professional education, you cannot be a house master. If you don't have professional, in fact, as we speak.
But you can still teach.
Yeah, you can teach, but you cannot hold any position of responsibility in the Ghana Education Service.
Oh, okay, so that teacher who would not be able to hold any position is not one of your own.
If you have not done professional education,
no, so he will not be one of your own.
You are not a professional teacher.
No, he will not be one of your
people teacher.
No, okay, so there are a lot of people who join NAGRAT who have not actually gone to the university to read education.
Yes.
Are they one of your own?
We have encouraged them to do education.
No, I am not talking about the encouragement. As it stands now, are they one of your own?
Capt Smart.
Are they one of your own?
You are playing semantic dynamics.
No, this is not semantic dynamics. Mr. Kabonu, I am using your own words to ask you simple questions. Are those NAGRAT teachers one of your own?
They are not professional educators.
No, are they one of your own?
They are members of my union.
So
they are not.
So are they one of your own?
They are members of my union, but they are not professional educators.
So they are not teachers.
They are teachers.
So they can be one of your own.
They are not professional teachers. They are people teachers.
Yeah. So even those from the university who are teaching are people teachers.
Yes.
So they can be one of your own.
They are not educational. You see, we are talking about image and integrity here. Now, Capt Smart.
Yes, sir.
The people in your studio are cherry picking on certain issues, and they are pretending to convert those cherry picking to be a holistic conclusion of who a director general can be and how competent the person can be. If you have come out of school and 6 months ago you don't have your staff ID, which is a national issue, the leadership of the union have raised it. The former IPPD officer has done a template and has presented to us what they have done and when the staff IDs will be given. And you are from one area, you go and see Director General, and he's done that one for you. It means he's going to be a competent Director General. But when we got the 4-7% and you went from demonstration, the number of people who followed you were 24.
I don't want us to reduce this conversation to you and Mr. Bobochi. You know, let's forget. No, Mr. Kabonu, can we please do this for me? With all due respect to yourself and my listeners, I don't want us to reduce this. Okay? Now let me ask this: if I'm a trained teacher, go to the university to read education, go to the primary school to teach, go to the secondary school, teach there, and then maybe later on I move on to do something else, would you consider such a person as one of your own?
Yes.
So is the new appointed director one of your own?
The new appointed director general did not do education in any of his sources of study.
But I'm told he was in the classroom teaching.
Does that make him an educationist?
So are you saying that all the teachers we have in this country are educationists?
As we speak, the percentage of non-professional teachers are dwindling very fast.
And what?
And so there was an instruction a few months ago. If you don't have education, they were no longer taking you into the Ghana education service.
Mr. Kabonu. Kabonu.
Yeah.
Okay. So this new director has no qualification in education.
Captain, Dr. Eric Ntanka is a personal friend of mine. Very personal. He is a well-educated and a very fine gentleman. What we are talking about here are principles.
No, he has nothing as far as education is concerned.
He is not, he has taught before, and indeed, when you look at his CV, he has taught before, but he is not an educationist.
Have you taken the time to go through his profile?
I said the man is a personal friend.
No, it doesn't matter. I see you as a friend, but I don't know your profile.
I have gone through his profile.
There's
And
nothing.
I know what I'm talking about.
There's nothing about certificates in education. Nothing.
No, he is not an educationist. Take that from me.
May I please know the definition of educationist from your point of view?
Someone who is in education field and has done courses in education from relevant and accredited institutions who have offered him certificates in education.
In 2021, I'm sure you were in this country
Absolutely.
when he joined the Ministry of Education as the director in charge of tertiary education. As
Let me
director.
explain that to you. When Dr. Edison was made the Minister of Education, Dr. Edison brought him to be the director tertiary. That is purely political appointment.
Which one? His appointment as the director in charge of tertiary education?
Yes. No way you can't contest it. Look, in the ministry, there is a director in charge of pre-tertiary. He is not a teacher.
And you agree to that?
You don't need to work, you don't need to do it.
No, Mr. Kabonu, then let's
Invest in
interrogate.
the
Let's interrogate this one properly. The Director General of the Ghana Education Service is supposed to implement the policies from the Ministry of Education.
Yes.
Okay, you have a minister who is not an educationist.
Yes.
You have another director in charge of tertiary education who is not an educationist.
Yes.
You have somebody in charge of pre-tertiary education who is not an educationist.
Yes.
And all these non-educationists put together policies for the educationists to implement, and the teacher unions, you don't talk about this?
Listen.
I'm listening.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Take your time.
I have the time for you.
Policy are the general intention of the leadership of faith. When the policy comes, the professional take the policy and give it a professional plan, not to be counterproductive to the principles of education. So you don't need a political scientist to be the president. In fact, as we speak, the Minister of Health is not a medical doctor, but the Director General of the Ghana Health Service is a medical doctor. The Minister of Interior is not a policeman, but the IGP is a policeman.
These things are stipulated in the Constitution with specifics.
Constitutions are made up of the spirit and the latter.
No, that of the IGP, that of the CDS are spelled black and white in the 1992 Constitution. But that of the... can I please finish? Can I please finish? Can I please finish?
Okay.
Okay. That of the Ghana Education Service Director General, there's no specific that the person must be an educationist. It's not there.
Can I come in?
Yes, come in.
The fact that there are correlated services where it is specifically stated, and in the case of Ghana Education Service, it is not specifically stated. So does that mean that we don't have common sense?
Oh no, the common sense will not apply here.
That is why I said spirit and letter.
The spirit and letter of every law. I am not a lawyer, but a few lawyer friends that I have will tell you, you cannot approbate and reprobate. The law, the spirit and the letter of it must go with the law. And the law says, can I please finish?
Have you read the Bible before?
Can I please finish? Can I please finish with what I'm saying?
I was going to put a verse in the Bible.
No, you let me land. Because in law you cannot approbate and reprobate. You cannot add or take away unless there is an LI. And the Constitution specifically states that the president shall appoint a Director General for the Ghana Education Service, unlike the Ghana Armed Forces and the Ghana Police Service, that the Constitution was explicit by indicating that the person must be a police officer or a military officer. That of the Ghana Education Service, you, the teachers, have not contested that for an airline to be put out there for you. And I think that this contest sounds something.
Well, you are already sounding judgmental.
I am not.
Let me come in again.
Okay, come in.
All things are permissible, but it is not all things that are good for you. Can you take this move of ours as a worthy advocacy?
Are you quoting the Bible to support your point here, sir?
Oh no. You let me finish.
Okay, because I wanted to say that the Bible says that a man can marry more than one. But when you have a wedding and you take another woman, bigamy, you go to court and you'll be jailed. This is also in the same Bible.
Well, I'm a Catholic. We Catholics. I'm a Catholic.
Angel, continue.
Yeah, okay. So I'm saying that if you say that as of today, it is not stated black and white.
Yes.
Can we take the move of the leadership of teacher unions as a worthy advocacy that the time has come for us to respect our own? And you know, Captain, when we say make one of our own a Director General, there are a lot of people in the teaching service who have gone to do courses in administration, management, human resource, and so on and so forth. And they are in the teaching service. In fact, people who have done law.
Okay, but I think that Mr. Kabonu, I think that the teacher unions, if you really want this done and done properly to suit you, you should be able to officially petition either the Speaker or even the Minister of Education that going forward, this an amendment that this must be done. That you need one of your own, somebody who has gone through the mill as an educationist on the field, who have gone through the ranks to become a Director General. Otherwise, yes, sir.
I'm an everyman. Let me tell you, there are several ways of killing the cat.
So,
you know, for me, I believe in teachers. I believe that teachers have the capacity. When you give us the right resources, when you give us the right material, when you give us the right motivation, we can manage our own. Those who don't believe it, leave them to themselves. But me, I believe it. Now, those who are saying that we have several challenges and we are not mentioning them, and these are the challenges we mention every day.
And you think this requires a strike action to resolve?
This is the spirit of our profession. It requires more than a strike.
And your teachers say they will not go on strike.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Have you gone to any of the schools? Have you yourself this morning?
Oh, but
yes, they are saying they will not go on strike. Go
to the school.
Where? Which school have you? Where have you been this morning? And we'll go there.
Let people tickle themselves a lot.
No. Where have you been? Then we'll go there to confirm.
Tickle themselves a lot. You know, our strike action is like the feeling. It moves flat on the stomach, and then it rises.
All right.
And when it plateaus in the air, you will begin to appreciate what you are doing.
All right, I'll ask my very final question, and then Mr. Bogbochi has got something to ask you. You have several problems. Your laptop problems, rent problems, textbooks problems, promotion issues, and all others. Why are you not going on strike on these pertinent issues that directly affect the ordinary teacher at Gomwa Techima in my hometown? But you chose to go on strike on somebody's appointment.
At the time we went on strike for Cola, we still have problems. That is what I was explaining and retracting. That we have recurrent problems. For example, as you and I are talking about Director General today, for you know, tomorrow, something will come up that needs an action. On the issues that you are mentioning, on the 21st, we were going to conclude a discussion on a lot of them with the former Director General. It included the deprived area allowances, the promotion issue, upgrading. Teachers who use their own money to go and upgrade themselves. We have gotten amnesty for them. So that regardless of the cost that they do, they are upgraded. We were concluding these things on the 23rd of October. And these are issues that we mentioned at our press conference, and then someone in your studio is saying that these are the reasons why we are going on strike. Okay, so listen. And you see, my lady in your studio, Nancy, you have that fun. Take your time. Be measured in the way you talk. You have just joined the public service. I will advise you to be very, very meticulous and measured in some of the things you say. Other than that, somebody is going to use them against you.